Hey User World, I am back with another video. Today I want to go over my top 10 most functional bags in my collection. The first category is going to be the luxury alternatives, the indie brands, the contemporary brands that are under the $500 mark. You know I love that category. The second section is going to be the big luxury, the large conglomerates that we are all very familiar with, where cost per wear can be kind of questionable sometimes, but they are still really functional. So I've brought the cost per wear down quite a bit. So let's just get right into it. When I say functional, I know that is relative. Everybody has a different opinion when it comes to functionality because all of our lifestyles are completely different. So what's functional to me might not be functional to you. So again, this is just all my opinion. But what I really look at is, are you able to crossbody the bag, top handle, or shoulder bag? And if I want to switch in between those different styles, am I able to do that easily? Number two is going to be, how easy is it for me to access the bag? Do I have to two-hand the bag to pull the zipper open? Or perhaps it's like, my Chanel vanity bag. That's not an easy bag to access, right? So that would not categorize as functional. And obviously, as I'm going over this, not every bag needs to be functional, but for the purpose of this particular video, and of course, thinking about purchasing your next everyday bag, perhaps this is a good one for you to look at. The first bag I want to cover is going to be the Senreve Arya bag. I tried letting this bag go, but I think Senreve is just not as hyped or talked about as much anymore. I know when they first came out, their Monstra bag was just all the hype, and I was not buying into that. But when they did release this particular one, which is such a functional bag, I don't reach for it as much anymore, but now again, I'm second guessing myself, like, this is such a great bag. It's such a durable, high quality bag, and it's multifunction. Why are you trying to get rid of it? Just go ahead and start using it. If you really don't like it for whatever reason, because you're bored of it, then sure, let's try getting rid of it. But this is a really high functioning bag because it comes with a long strap. You can either wear it as a belt bag, or if you want to wear it as a sling bag, right? Where you can just cross it over like this, and it looks really nice because it's not your typical, Lululemon or very casual bag. My biggest pet peeve, and if you do this, don't get offended, but I've seen so many people where they're decked out in dinner attire, nice dress, they're going out to parties or whatever it is, and then they wear a Lululemon belt bag. I'm just like, why? Like, just pick a nicer looking bag, not like you're running to the grocery store or you're going hiking. It just doesn't make any sense. And I see that all too often. Why don't you pick something like this, where it's a very formal looking bag. It can be a casual bag, and it's multifunctional if you want the whole crossbody sling with your nice attire. The interior, you can see it comes with loops here. I don't have my chain, but you can easily slip a chain interior and turn it into a very nice crossbody bag or the shoulder bag and just go out to dinner with it. So, and of course they thought of everything. There's an interior zip pocket. There's also card holders. And then there's a front pocket, which your phone actually fits in there. So they thought of everything. And honestly, this is a bag that is not hyped enough. Maybe they just need to revamp the style and turn it into something else that might appeal to people. This is such a durable bag. I've worn this so much, and there's not a single wear that I've seen. No chipping of the glaze, no corner wear. So this is a very high functioning, functional bag, if that makes any sense. The second bag I want to go over, I bought this from W Concept. This is the mini Ustra bag. And of course, I can't pronounce this name, but this is a Korean brand. I did do a recent unboxing on this bag, and I raved about it because it is worth raving about. And they come out with these most gorgeous colors. The one I purchased is the blueberry color. And the reason why I deem this as a very functional bag is that the strap, it's all about the design. The strap, you can shoulder it. You can also turn this into a crossbody. What is the coolest part about this bag is that when you're not using this bag as a crossbody, you see how long the strap is? You can easily tuck it away, and it looks like a very seamless bag. So when you want to crossbody it, and I'll make sure to include some mod shots of each of these bags when I'm talking about the functionality, you can easily just go ahead and punch this through and turn this into a crossbody bag. I don't think this is long enough for me. I'm a big girl. You see how long this turns into? And you can do it on the fly. You don't have to mess around with the straps, change out the straps and everything like that. You can easily turn this into a crossbody bag within a couple seconds, which I thought was amazing. And then of course you can shorten it and turn it into a nice kind of armpit bag if you want, if that works for you, but you could easily tuck the entire strap away. Isn't that cool? When you're talking about the interior, super easy to access because it's got one of those, you know, built-in magnets. Love the built-in magnets. And then of course the interior is just going to be an open compartment with a little pocket, and you can just fit a lot of stuff in here, which of course I've got receipts everywhere. They just released like the Nano one and I've been eyeballing. So adorable. I totally want this, but do I need multiple of the same bags? I do not. That is not a functional idea. The third bag I want to show you is Beracamy, and I'm happy to say this is in partnership with Beracamy. They sent me the Nor bag, which if I'm saying that correctly, which I love because I think their whole entire philosophy is talking about functionality, which obviously speaks to my heart. When I first received this bag, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's like a bubble bag. It looks really nice. It looks functional. But I keep discovering new things as I was using it over the past month and a half or so. Why is it functional? Because you can see this is kind of like crook of your arm. Of course, you can take the strap off if you want. You can wear it as a crook of your arm. And then what's cool about this in terms of functionality and how easy it is to move in and out of the different styles is that you can see this contraption here, which they don't do it justice, or they didn't do that great of a job demonstrating this portion of it on their website. But you can see there's a little hardware here. What you do is take it out, go underneath the actual strap right here, and then you pull it through, and then you turn it, and you see how it hooks on? You turn it into a longer kind of crook of your arm, whatever you want it to be, but you can see how the adjustment is so seamless, and this is actually a fantastic and brilliant design. And when you're ready to turn it back into like a shorter top handle, depending on the size of your wrist or whatever, or whatever you're thinking of doing, you can actually just pull this through and then hook it back on like this. I think that's super adorable. When I discovered that, I was showing my boyfriend. I was like, look, isn't that cool? That is such an innovative design. He just stared at me like, okay, cool, go away now. When it comes to the interior and accessing your bag, you know I love the built-in magnets and of course the fold over. It's just so easy to access your bag. And then interior is just going to be an open compartment. It's kind of hard to see, but then you've got an interior zip pocket. And what's cool about that is that if you want to turn this into a top handle bag or maybe just like a sling bag, you basically just unhook and pull this through, and then you can see that there's the, I don't even know how to describe this, like a T-lock? Is this a T-lock? You take it off and you put the strap away inside the bag, or if you want to just leave it at home. But very easy. I don't think I've seen this kind of design before, and I thought that was incredibly cool. The strap itself is going to be very comfortable because it is a thicker strap, very lightweight. The leather is very, very soft and very malleable, and it smells amazing. There is a very heavy smell of leather. I do love this bag because you can see the Beracamy logo is very, very small. I don't want big logos all over my bag. It's been really durable. I've been throwing this bag around. I took my dogs to the ER multiple times and I had to wear this bag because I just needed something hands-free and very easy to access. And then you can see how smushy it is, but also maintaining its structure. The fourth bag I want to talk about is my Lululemon Tote. I forget what it's called. I'll insert the name down below here, but I love this bag because this is an excellent travel bag. I think this is the largest size, so it's the 74 liter, but it is the biggest size. And this is no longer available on their website. I've had this for a number of years, and I do travel back and forth with this if I'm going overseas, if I'm going on a beach vacation, and I just need to bring something with me. And you can find these on Poshmark, which everything I'm talking about, I will make sure to link everything down below for you. With this particular bag, you can actually find fantastic deals on them. Comes with leather straps. You've got an interior that is zipped up. You can actually zip this up. And then of course you have a laptop compartment here to keep, even tells you on the side, this is where you're supposed to put your laptop. Okay, good to know. Got multiple pockets. And then I really love the fact that you actually have a luggage where you can put your luggage handle through so that your bag doesn't fall over. That is super money. I've talked about my MZ Wallace Bowery travel bag. That one is really good as well. But if you don't like the silhouette of that particular bag, this is a great option at a fantastic price. Unfortunately, it does only come in this particular print. I don't think I've seen the big one in like solid prints before. So if you don't like this kind of print, definitely go for the MZ Wallace. That one is just as comfortable. This one's a little bit more compact, and that one does get a little bit poofy, just the nature of that bag. But I've been loving this bag for travel, and it is so functional. You can throw all of your stuff in there without having it feel really heavy because of the straps and being really comfortable. I'm not gonna put this on my couch because this has been under seats on the airplane, so that's gonna go on the floor there. The fifth bag I wanna go over is going to be from Bob Ore. This is their Flexi bag. I just talked about this in my previous video, my August favorite, so I won't go into too much detail, but it's got the same premise when it comes to turning it as this Ustra bag, turning it back and forth between a crossbody as well as a shoulder bag. The strap is adjustable on the fly. The biggest difference, I would say, that this kind of just hangs out, whereas this one is neatly tucked away. So depending on what you like, perhaps you would like this extra flap kind of style, but it's not going to be the fold over. I've talked about the fold overs and having your items pretty secure, whereas this one is just even easier access because it does have a really strong magnet right here, which is sort of built in. It's not protruding or anything, like the metal is not protruding, so I do like that. And then this one, which again, I have a bunch of stuff in here, it's just super easy access. You can fit a lot more stuff in here. So if you want to use this as like a mom bag, or if you want to use this as a gym bag, I think it works really well and still looking very chic at the same time. Whereas this one looks much more seamless. This one looks very secure, but it's one step that you got to take to open this one. Whereas this one, you kind of just like can rip open, right? So definitely go check out the August favorites if you want a little bit more in-depth review on this particular bag, but I've been loving this one. It's also relatively cheap, and for what it is, I think it's fantastic. Okay, honorable mention. I know I said 5 bags I'm gonna go over, but the horse Clementine, I've beat this horse to death, literally, the horse. But this is a very functional bag as well. But because I already covered 2 different like fold over bags, like how many are you gonna include? Like you can't just have all of the same styles, but I think this is an honorable mention. The bang for your buck when it comes to this bag is, exceptional. You've got the top handle, you've got the, shoulder strap that you can actually take on and off. So if you want to wear it as a different style, you definitely can. So I just want to throw this in there as something that I think this is such a functional bag to include. So this concludes the first section of the most functional bags. How many times am I going to say functional? However, I think this is definitely something you can consider over the designer, because if you want something to be functional, you want it to be, every day, get the cost per wear down, and a little bit more carefree, so to speak, because if you're spending less than $500, sometimes, $200 on most of these bags, you can be much more carefree and use it how it should be, instead of like, oh, when it comes to strap, I have to be very careful. I'm pulling it through and then insert it into the buttons. Like it's functional, but it's also not as carefree. So I love using the mid-range, the lower dollar range kind of luxury alternative. I mean, they're just as well constructed. Like this leather smells amazing. This one feels amazing. This one is incredibly hard wearing. And of course, this leather is like potent, I feel like. It smells so strong. And then of course you've got Bob Ore, right? Like this is like my go-to functional everyday bag when I'm out and about or I'm out on a day trip. Before I go into the big luxury 5 bags that are most functional, do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you are new to my channel and you decided to hit that red button, tell me down below. Say, I just subscribed, new to your channel, whatever it is. Come say hi to me. Again, love to welcome you to my channel and get to know you a little bit if you want. No pressure. The first bag I want to go over is my Celine luggage in the nano size. I've had this bag for many, many years. The reason why I think this is a functional bag is because it's got a crossbody strap and it's got a top handle. You can easily take off the strap and tuck it into the bag. And then of course, it's very easy to access. And if you want a little bit of security, you can easily zip this up. Now, I don't think every single one of you is going to agree with me that this is a functional bag because the strap isn't adjustable. But for me, it is a fantastic length because I am 5'8" and I'm a bigger girl. This deemed to me a very functional bag, and I love this bag. The wear and tear has been great. The leather quality is fantastic. I did purchase this brand new from Barney's, RIP Barney's. And if you are looking for this particular silhouette, or you just love this because it's a classic and we know that fashion is cyclical, Celine probably, you heard it here first, they'll probably bring this back at some point, maybe it's 5-10 years from now, and just call it the reissue like Prada did, right? This is definitely a forever piece for me, but if you are looking to add something like this, prices have come down quite a bit. You can probably snag one of these for like $1,000. I've seen ones that are not in great condition, but if you want something in a great condition, probably $1,200 to $1,400. But the kind of beat up ones I've seen are like for $500. But I think this is a fantastic one, and I think it's super functional. Is the pocket in front functional? No, it's not. But the rest of the bag is. My next favorite, this is probably like my ultimate favorite bag. I am not a black bag person, but I freaking love this bag. This is the YSL Nikki in like the, I guess, mock croc print, black on black on black. The reason why I love this bag, and it's one of the most functional designer bags I have ever purchased, is because one, you can smush it flat, take it on vacations, throw it in your luggage. It does have a chain strap where you can shoulder or turn it into a crossbody. How fast was that? That is probably a record where you can easily just rip this through, turn it into whatever you want. Or if you want to wear as a clutch, you can just tuck this chain away and turn it into a clutch. It doesn't get any better than this. The magnet is super strong. Do I prefer built-in magnets? Absolutely, but this one is just incredibly strong that I don't really have an issue with it. It's got a back pocket, which also this one does come with a built-in magnet, so you can easily put phones in there. I've got more receipts and my business card. Great. I've been using this one for work, so you can easily put a lot of stuff in here. It doesn't have to adjust your cell phone. And then the interior is going to be really easy to use as well. You've got a front pocket that actually is functional to use. You've got a zip pocket right here and then an open compartment. Oh, with another pocket right there. So this bag, I freaking love. This is never leaving my collection. Would I add another one of these to my collection? Maybe, I don't know. And of course, this particular style, you know, the black on black, you can easily take this traveling, take it to certain places that you don't know who's around you, who's, you know, it's very low key, very inconspicuous. So I think this is one of my, if not my favorite, most functional bag. My third designer most functional bag is going to be the Beracamy Matis. I don't need to talk too much about this. We've beat this horse dead like multiple times already. I love horses. I don't want them dead, but you know what I'm saying. I love this bag. I think all of you understand why you love this bag as well. Very functional. It's waterproof. All my bags I'm covering, yeah, they're all leather except for this one. So if you're going into like a climate that is very rainy, or you live in a climate that's really rainy, the Beracamy Matis is an excellent option. The reason why I think this is a functional bag is because you don't have to worry about it. You can turn it into a top handle, which I don't think anybody really wears it as a top handle. And then of course you've got the D-rings. I got the strap in there, so you can turn this into a crossbody really easily. The strap itself is adjustable, so that's really nice. And then of course, this particular version of it is that it's not the traditional vaquera. It's going to be the black leather, so even more carefree, even more functional. And then of course, you've got the back pocket where you can fit a bunch of stuff in here, including your cell phone. So not much else to say about this one, but I think this one is going to be functional in a different way, just because it is going to be waterproof or water resistant, so to speak. Last two, this one is going to be my Chloe Small Marcy. I love this bag. I had the medium, and I actually had a vlog sale recently, and one of my subscribers did purchase the medium Marcy. I personally like the small one just because for my lifestyle, I don't need to carry that much stuff. The reason why I think this is a functional bag is because it's got handles that is long enough for you to, again, I'm a bigger person, so this might not be even a more snug of a fit for you, but you can easily turn this into a shoulder bag. And then of course you have your crossbody strap. You can wear it hands-free. This is a functional bag to me because one, the leather is so hard wearing. I don't have to worry about it. If I want to wear it just like a shoulder bag or crook of your arm, I can easily take this off and tuck it into the purse. I usually wear this bag, just open. I don't really zip up if I'm in a crowded area or I want some security. I'm going through airport security. I do have the option to zip it up. This is a clown car bag because it looks small, but it is deceptive with how much stuff you can put in here. You could put a small umbrella, you could put a water bottle, you could put your passport, you could put, just your everyday items. So if you get the regular Marcy, you can even fit more stuff in there. But for me, this one fits more than enough for me. So I think this is one of my most functional bags when it comes to designer. You can also purchase these, the small one, on the pre-loved market for such a great price. Yes, it is designer. Don't buy this one brand new. Go get it used. Most of them actually have worn really well, and because this is such a durable bag that you don't have to worry about it, just falling apart if you were to get a pre-loved one. And of course, this is Chloe's most iconic bag, so the staying power is there. Love this bag. Last but not least, this is my Louis Vuitton On The Go. The reason why I think this is a very functional bag is one, I use it for work. You've got the top handles and the shoulder strap. It's the best of both worlds, in my opinion, compared to the Neverfull, because this one just has more functionality when it comes to it. It's much more structured, so maybe you don't think that is functional, but for me, I prefer more structured bags in general. So I think this is fantastic. If you look at the Neverfull, it doesn't have a top handle. So if you want to wear this to like a dinner, because of the top handle, you can wear it to dinner. If you want this to be more of a travel bag or a work bag, you just bust these long straps out and there you go, you've got a tote. And then if you want to make this bag fun, you can put a bunch of bag charms on there. Not typically my style, but there's a lot of different things you can do with this simple silhouette and yet very functional. The interior is just an open compartment. I've got bunch of stuff in here that you don't want to see, but it's got an interior pocket. I've got an insert in there just for even more structure, just because I usually put my laptop in there. But I think this is a fantastic bag that you can use year round. And I've been poo-pooing Louis Vuitton recently, but I actually love this one. And I think this one's going to stay in my collection for a long time. All right, I got a bunch of bags surrounding me right now. I'm going to have some fun putting everything back and organizing my purse closet here, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Found a couple new gems, and of course, rediscover some oldies but goodies that we haven't talked about in a while. Thanks, Beracamy, for partnering with me today, because I think they are up and coming with some fantastic multifunctional bags that actually look really chic. So definitely go check them out down below. If you have any questions, just let me know, or reach out to Beracamy directly, because they are more than happy to talk about their bags. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see you all next time.